Hello from the other side. Hope you are all healthy and hope you are good. Stay home and stay safe. While what to do when you are home and bored? No worries, we got you covered. In this video tutorial, we will be creating a very beginner level JavaScript project so that you can learn something new and amazing to add to your resume. So we will be creating a to-do list application in pure vanilla JavaScript. So this is what we are going to design. So you can add various fields such as get routes, so you can check it, or either you can delete it. So visit the doctor, right? So you can delete it so it goes away. So this is purely JavaScript and we are not using any backend or any database service for this. So how are we going to do that without any backend service? So we will be using our local storage of our browsers to come in handy, and also we are going to integrate this filters such as completed, so it will filter all the completed stuff. If I go on uncompleted, to see, you see everything is cleared out from here. So here it is, and you can do uncheck it as well. Okay, so let's see, pick the parcel. Okay, I pick up the parcel, I checked it, accidentally I closed my browser, and now I want the data back. As we are using local browser storage, so you can see that as I go to my site again, it is hosted on my site. I'll mention the link in the description below so you can take a look at there. So here it is, it's back, right? So you can delete it, you can delete others, everyone else. So without further ado, let's get started. So first thing we will be using is we'll create a new folder for our project. So I'll name it to do. Okay, so now let's use our favorite code editor, VS Code, to code the application. So just a minute as the editor opens. So we won't be needing anything else. So yeah, most of the beginners have a question, why and what is the difference between vanilla JavaScript and plain JavaScript? So there is no such difference. In fact, both of them are same. It's just the name vanilla JavaScript because vanilla means pure and without any flavors. As you see in ice creams, there are various flavors with chocolate and other stuff. So vanilla means pure. So it's just only pure JavaScript, hence we call it vanilla JavaScript. So getting started, we need our main file, that is index.html, without which we cannot work, obviously. So here we are. So in total we will be needing only 3 files. Index.html, for styling our content we will be using a CSS, and also we will be using pure CSS and no frameworks, and for our complete working of the application we will be using a JavaScript file. So only 3 files and you are good to go with the project. So here we generate our code. So what's the issue? So generate the HTML boilerplate. So let's first get rid from the stuff that we don't need. So here we don't need this useless comments, so we remove them all. Then yeah, title will give to do list, then description, CSS file will link it when we create it. So yeah, delete this. A JavaScript file we will be linking it when we create the file. So for now we are good to go. And one more thing that we have to add is Font Awesome, for which we will be using our icons. So the icons like this. The icon for this and this we will be using through Font Awesome. If you don't know what Font Awesome is a website that provides you with icons, various types of icons that you use to create good looking websites. So you can start with free or pro. There are many various kinds of categories of icons that are available in pro version, but as we are doing this for tutorial sake, we'll go for free. So you can select various icons from here. I'll get you up to speed when we start working with the icons. So here you go. Here I'll paste the link. I'll mention this link in the description below, so don't worry. So the link is to work with Font Awesome, because we cannot download all the icons, so we'll use it from their server itself only. So now let's create our CSS file. Style.css. So here our complete styling will be done here, and we will be needing one more file, and that's it, no other files. It is app.js, where our complete application will survive. Great. So let's link them with our folder. Style.css for our CSS, and for JavaScript app.js. So now let's start. So h1 So let's start our website on our local server so that we can see what's going on. So go live. If you don't know how to do this, you can download an extension called Live Server from VS Code itself, and then you can open your files, and it will, or you don't need to refresh any step. So as you can see, I just added to do list. I saved my file, and I just go to browser, and I don't need to refresh it. It will be loaded automatically. So we are good now. So to design a web page like this, we will be needing a header where we will write your to-do list, an input field, buttons, and various stuff. So here header, in here we will mention an h1 tag where we will see your to-do list. Then we'll go and we'll create a form. So we need a form so where we can input the data from the user. So we need an input element or text area. So for that we will be using form, and inside form we don't need this action anymore because we are not working with backend. So form, here we need an input element where we will be getting text, so let the type be text, and this will have a class of to do input. Okay, so and we'll autofocus it so that whenever a user comes onto our website, he doesn't need to go and click to the input field, so he can start typing. So as I can refresh, so you can see the pointer is directly on my input field, so I can just start typing here like this. Okay, great. So we added the input field, then we will add a button, right? So we need a button to submit our details. So here, now here we will create a button, and as I told you before, we will be using the icons for the button purpose. So let the button have a class of to do button. Next, So how do we use icons? So to use icon, we use a tag called I, and we will add a class of fast plus square, because we need a add button, so plus and a square format, right? So see what we got. Yeah, so we have this little tiny plus button. We will style it later, but we have what we need, right? So this so in the way Font Awesome works is it looks for the class and fetches the icons accordingly from their own circle. So we have the button now. So enter. Then we will be having a class of a division where we will filter our here. So this will be used to filter. So for that we will create a select, a division with class select. Okay, so in this division we will be having three options. So to create a drop down, we have to use select, and will be having a class of filtering the to do, right? This all classes will be added later on when we need to use it in CSS to style it. So we have to give a name to it, so let's give it to do's, and we don't need the IT property for this. So inside classes we will be having three options. Everyone will have its own value, so all, either we filter it with all or we use completed, or we use uncompleted, right? So basically this is what we will be seeing in our front end, that the user will be seeing, and this is what we will be saying, or the value that we will get in the back end when the user selects any one of it. So we have the form, so let's see what it looks like right now. Okay, so yes, we have all the three values here. Fine. Okay, now so here let me explain you how our to-do list will work. So first we will create a container right here, so that we can get all our lists in here. Just like if I add something here, so we need something to show here, so we will use a division to get the data inside a division. So here we will create a division or with class to do container, right? Inside to do container we will have an unordered list right now. So unordered list with a class of to do list. So this, so basically as you can see, something else, something more. So yeah, you have a list of items inside a division. So this is an unordered list, so we will be inserting each and every element here now. So this is the static part, this much is our static part that is predefined. So all our elements will be developed in here, but now after that if we want to add a new element or remove element, we need to do it dynamically. So we will be creating this using JavaScript. So I'll explain the structure here. So we will have a division with class to do. So this will be a complete to do list because our division has three parts, right? So we have our content, I can show you here. So this is one to do list complete. So this is complete to do list. So we have our content, a check mark button and a delete button. So we need this all separately. right? So this is a complete list. So to create this, we need it in inside one division. So here we have three parts. So first will be our list, which will have a class of to do item, because it is one item from the list. So here we have our content. Then here we will have a button with check. We will be using icons here too, I'll show you later. Then another button with delete. So this is our complete one element. So let's see in the browser. So yeah, we have content, check or delete. So if we this is a dynamically generated system, so we will be needing this element, this complete complete block of code each and every time a new element is inserted. So you can see if I copy and paste it again, we'll get a new item. So here content 1, right? So yeah, you can see we have content 1 checked and deleted. So we need to generate this code dynamically in our JavaScript. So we won't be adding this code in our HTML. We will be using JavaScript to create this.